Part 2. At first, I didn't find anything. Normal conversations with clients, with her girlfriends, with me. But then I saw a deleted messages folder, one I had to dig to find, one that required her backup password that I'd set up for her months ago. And there it was. Everything. The entire foundation of my life crumbling into dust in front of my eyes. Messages going back 4 years. 4 years. While we were dating, while I was fighting my family for her, while I was sacrificing everything, she'd been flirting with other men, sending them photos, making plans to meet up. And then, the worst of it. A conversation thread with a man named David, married, 45 years old. He'd been sending her money, hundreds of dollars at a time. "For my beautiful girl," his messages read. "Can't wait to see you again." Her responses made me physically ill. "I miss you," she'd write. "Last night was amazing. When can we meet again?" The timestamps told the story. They'd been sleeping together for over 2 years. Multiple times. Hotels, his car, even once in the apartment I'd rented for her while she was in school. The apartment where I'd helped her study, where we'd talked about our future. And the last message was from 3 days ago. 3 days. "Thursday afternoon," he'd written. "I've missed that body." Her response, a heart emoji, and "I'll be there." I sat at that kitchen table for 6 hours, reading every message, looking at every photo she'd sent him, every lie she'd told, the shop I'd opened for her, the education I'd paid for, the family I'd lost for her. All of it felt like ashes in my mouth. Why? That was the question that kept screaming through my mind. Why wasn't I enough? I'd given her everything: money, love, support, a business, a future. What more could she want? What more could he give her that I hadn't already given? When she came home that evening, I was still sitting there, her phone on the table between us. She froze when she saw my face. "Baby, what's wrong?" she asked, her voice sweet and concerned. The same voice that had told another man she loved him just days before. I couldn't speak. I just pushed the phone toward her, the messages still open on the screen. I watched her face change, watched the color drain, watched the panic set in. "I can explain," she started, but I held up my hand. I didn't want to hear it. There was no explanation that could make this better, no words that could undo what I'd seen. She tried anyway. She cried. She begged. She told me David meant nothing, that he was just giving her money because I didn't give her enough freedom with finances, that she'd felt trapped and suffocated. She said she loved only me, that it was just a mistake, that she'd end it immediately. But her words were empty. They echoed in the hollow space where my heart used to be. I asked her one question: why? She couldn't answer. She stammered, she cried harder, but she couldn't give me a reason that made sense. That night something in me broke. Not just my heart, but something fundamental about who I was. The anger wasn't hot and explosive. It was cold, calculated, dark. I'd been the good guy my whole life. I'd sacrificed. I'd loved selflessly. I'd done everything right. And this was my reward? Betrayal? Years of lies? I left the apartment and drove aimlessly for hours, my mind spinning with pain and rage. And then I made a decision I'll regret for the rest of my life. I called my brother, the same brother who'd warned me about marrying her, who'd called me a fool. "I need your help," I told him, my voice dead and flat. What happened next is something I can barely bring myself to say out loud. My brother had connections, people who didn't ask questions. I wanted to hurt her the way she'd hurt me. I wanted her to lose everything the way I'd lost everything. So I had them sabotage her salon. Small things at first: equipment breaking, supplies going missing, clients mysteriously canceling. Then bigger things: health inspections that found violations that didn't exist. Rumors spread through the community about her sleeping with clients' husbands. Within 3 months, her business was destroyed. Clients left, her reputation was ruined, the shop I'd built for her became an empty shell. I watched it happen from a distance, and at first, it felt like justice. She deserved this, I told myself. She deserved to know what loss felt like. But as I watched her crumble, watched her cry and break down, the satisfaction turned to poison in my veins. Because destroying her didn't heal me. It didn't bring back the man I used to be, the man who believed in love and sacrifice. It just made me into something I didn't recognize. A man consumed by vengeance, by bitterness, by darkness. Before we continue, we would like to thank all of you who support us by subscribing, liking, and sharing our content. The only appreciation we ask of you is that you subscribe, like, and share this video if you are not yet one of our subscribers. Thank you. We divorced 6 months after I found those messages. She never knew it was me who destroyed her salon. She thought it was bad luck, karma, the universe punishing her. Maybe it was. I moved to a different city, tried to start over. But you can't outrun what you've become. Every day I wake up and remember what I did. Not just what she did to me, but what I did in response. 2 wrongs don't make a right. They just make 2 people broken beyond repair. If you're watching this and you've been betrayed, I understand your pain. I understand the rage that makes you want to burn everything down. But I'm begging you, don't become what I became. Don't let their betrayal turn you into someone you'll hate. The anger is justified, the hurt is real, but vengeance destroys you more than it destroys them. I thought ruining her would give me peace, but it just gave me a different kind of prison. Now I live with the knowledge that I'm not the good guy anymore. I'm not the man who sacrificed everything for love. I'm the man who sacrificed his soul for revenge. Allow yourself to grieve. That's real. Seek support from people who love you, who can remind you of who you are when the pain tries to redefine you. Don't act out of anger. I did, and I'll carry that weight forever. Focus on healing yourself, not on hurting them. Their betrayal is their burden to carry. Don't make their sin become yours too. Consider therapy, counseling, anything that helps you process the devastation without becoming devastated yourself. Mirror is gone from my life now. I heard she moved back to her hometown, started over somewhere quiet. Sometimes I wonder if she ever thinks about what we had, about what we destroyed together. Her through betrayal, me through revenge. We both lost everything, and in the end, neither of us won. That's the truth they don't tell you about revenge. It doesn't heal you. It just makes you into something you can't recognize in the mirror anymore. And, yeah, the irony of her name isn't lost on me. She was my mirror, and what I saw reflected back destroyed us both.